Yo guys, Neb here, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you a full guide to placing in the upcoming Trio Cash Cups in Chapter 3, Season 3. This video will cover all aspects such as the new format and how to play to that format, the best trio strategies and more, but before we get into it, we're nearing 3,000 subscribers, so if new, please drop a like and subscribe, that'd be very appreciated. And yeah guys, let's get into the video. So guys, if we go onto the Compete tab, as you can see here, the tournaments only last 1 hour and a half. Going on to the tournament details, as you can see here, we've got the point system of every single Trio Cash Cup that's ever existed. The placement comes in at top 17 all the way up to the win where you get 25 points, and it's really important you're getting into, the top 5, as that's when you start to get 2 more points per placement you get. Obviously for each elim you've got 1 point, however this is going to be pretty important because you need to stand out amongst other players in order to get into that top 5, top 3 depending on what region you are, in order to make earnings. In order to earn on EU, you're going to need top 5. In order to earn on NA East, NA West, Brazil or Asia, you're going to need top 3. And finally on Middle East or Oceania, you're going to need top 2 in order to earn. On all regions but Europe, when placing in the winning threshold, you're going to be earning $600, whereas in Europe, you'll be making $1,800 split between you and your trio. But yeah guys, if there's one thing we can take from this, it's definitely that you have to stand out. And there is literally hardly any room for any mistake within your tournament. Playing a tournament without making any mistakes or very minimal mistakes is very difficult and requires a lot of preparation. So this part of the video, I'm going to be explaining how you guys can prepare and give yourself the best chance of placing within this Cash Cup. When preparing, make sure you have a tournament game plan that all members of your trio are aware of, and what I mean by this is knowing what your strats are at the beginning, middle or end of the tournament and how you will play at each stage, whether that might be playing for endgame or trying to get some elims on the board. Because there is no time to waste, I would recommend preparing a mid-game plan for each different zone situation as well, because you can't risk dying after being in a game for over 10 to 15 minutes due to wasted time. And this plan could consist of where you look for fights, where you rotate, and any other things you would consider helpful. If you do die after being in a game for over 15 minutes without gaining points, you need to understand the need for you to catch up again, and in this situation you should already have a plan on what to do. Just like how you should have a plan right now on how you should subscribe to my channel with post notifications on, and also like the video. But on a serious note, for very good W keys, I would recommend waiting until the end of the 30-minute interval in order for your elo to drop, unless you are low down on the leaderboard as it is. On the other hand, for safer players, go for consistent endgames, but make sure you are going for refreshes if you need to, as you need to make sure you have the loot needed to win the game, because there is no good going for a top 15. You can fight for your refreshes, but if you can't die a single game due to not having enough matches left, then a harpoon is a safer option, pulling in loot from bodies without needing to fight and risking yourself dying. The best way to play out this tournament would be to get a high kill win in the first match before playing endgame to maintain the high leaderboard placement. If you want to place by only playing endgame, then you would need to win almost every single game, and that is why it is necessary to rack up some elims in game 1 when it's the easiest to do so. One thing you must understand is that everyone placing each week will be taking risks. You have to play confident and make big plays in order to get the best out of matches. Some weeks it may not work out, however you will have some weeks where it will pay off, which is better than just playing endgame and capping your potential to top 200 each week. Throughout the tournament you also need to bear in mind to keep a good mentality. Well, that's pretty obvious, isn't it? But especially at the beginning, because it's very easy to lose motivation when checking the leaderboard after game 1. For example, the people in top 5 all have 50 kill wins, and this can make you feel like it's almost impossible to catch up. So when you see this, just know that it will all even out much more, as those players will have a difficult game too, so it is possible to catch up. As the tournament is 1.5 hours, you will have 5 matches, meaning there is only room for 1 early death. So in terms of early game, I would recommend picking a drop spot that has sides to be claimed, meaning less chance of dying in an Osborne fight because you're technically not contesting anybody. Let's take Sleepy for an example. So if one team has the best drop on the north side, you would just want to contest the south side and have your own little drop spot to yourself, making you technically uncontested. The reason why this may be a bad example is because it's often contested by more than one other team, so just try to pick maybe a split drop or a drop that's less contested than this area. Unless you have access to a drop map, meaning you can consistently have the best drop on that side and claim it more often. In terms of loadouts and the meta in trios, I would try to claim a grapple glove, as 3 spawn at each area, meaning 1 per teammate. And this is great for finishing fights fast, as you can get a beam before pushing quickly, and also it's great for saving mats in endgame. The best part about it though is that you can get height fairly easily later in the game, allowing you to get those well needed high point gains from winning on high ground. In my opinion, the support player should carry a shield keg to heal all 3 players in box fights, and another thing that could be very useful is armoured walls for the fragger and support player when blocking the back of tarps, and also discouraging teams from server focusing you, which is something that happens a lot in trios. So guys, that's been it for this video. If it did help you out in any way, shape or form, then please drop a like and also comment, as I reply to all of you guys in the comment section. Also drop a sub, as we're nearing 3,000 subscribers if you are new to the channel. And yeah guys, thanks so much for watching the video.